Ki khubor ka Batesi TV.
Ka umdi basnyam bat penjaslian. Rupa Premium Meghalaya.
Together we achieve, together we can fly, reaching for the sky.
ICFA University, Meghalaya.
Kum Shibanta ban pendu pendamno ya ka Jingthungkam ad hoc ka berjalan ka Sorkar Jilla kala menjur ban wanra ya ka Jingpenbek thamai ya ka Meghalaya Public Service Commission Limitation of Functions Regulation 1972 da ka ba pendamno ya ka Regulation 3(F) ka ba ailat ban thungkam thungjam shipor. Menteri Rangba ka Jilla Konrad ki sangma ka jekaran bat kilat patai kubor hadin balawai ka jelang ka kenhun menteri uloong bala shim yakani ka rai khnang ba ka Jingthungkam thungjam kan long ka ba khuj bat ka ba shai bat ka ba pensyong nongrim kat kum ka jingla jong ki nong tho examen.
The amendment of the Meghalaya Public Service Commission Limitation of Functions Regulation 1972, deletion of Regulation 3F. This decision was a very, very important decision in our efforts to streamline the overall functioning of our personnel department. As you must be aware that there was a provision under the delegation of regulations and the overall functioning of the Mpsc, where a rule 3F was always quoted. 3F is nothing but a basic appointment under special circumstances, where if Mpsc is not able to complete the recruitment process on time and delays, then there's a special provision through which the cabinet, based on the recommendation of the department, can approve recruitment process being done by the department concerned in their own terms and conditions, and temporarily, till full recruitment is done, temporarily appoint somebody under 3F. That is a provision of 3F. Now, though this was required under special circumstances, we have seen in the last 20 years, 30 years since this provision has been there, that departments have done it sometimes even without the knowledge of the cabinet. And random appointments have been done, which then become long-term appointments, which then come to the state government, and then there's a demand that they be regularized and that they've been working for 10 years, 15 years, so on and so forth. The complications come out. Apart from that also, the fact that these individuals who are appointed under 3F, they actually have to go through an examination and interview process. So while they go through all the similar exercises which an Mpsc or a regular employee goes through, or a regular recruitment process goes through, they are only appointed on temporary basis. So it's also unfair to the people who are actually being appointed under 3F. So therefore we went through the entire process and we saw that 3F was actually leading to more complications than actually helping us resolve a problem. But we realized that it was being done because Mpsc was overburdened. And if you remember last time, it took 5 years for the doctors to be recruited under the Mpsc because they were overburdened. But again, you'll remember that because they were overburdened, we created the Police Recruitment Board, we created the Meghalaya Education Recruitment Board, we created the Medical Department Recruitment Board, we created the CNRD Recruitment Board, and many other departments now have their own recruitment boards. And hence the pressure and on Mpsc is lesser than before. If you remember, we've also reformed Mpsc by ensuring that if there's a same qualification, suppose you have a qualification as mechanical engineer, and there's mechanical engineers required in different departments. We don't do exams now where we have a mechanical engineer for MECL power department, different recruitment, MECL for PHE, different recruitment, or mechanical engineer for PHE, different department. We don't do that anymore. We have one recruitment for mechanical engineers, and then each department then accordingly gives their vacancies, and then we send the successful candidates to those departments. So overall, if you look at the recruitment processes have been streamlined now, and therefore we expect that the kind of time that it used to take for us to recruit, for vacancies is much lesser than compared to what it was before, which means that the provisions of 3F are not as much required as they were in the past because reforms are taking place. Another thing is very important to note, that another big reform that's taking place in the personal department is automation in terms of informing us about the retirements that are going to take place and vacancies that are going to take place because of retirements, and the promotions that will be appearing because of those retirements, and obviously vacancies coming up because of those retirements. All those information will automatically be given to us through a computer generated system 6 months in advance. So what we're ensuring is that all the vacancies are informed to the departments well in advance, so that they're ready with their recruitment processes, so that as soon as the post becomes vacant, we are already ready with the new recruits to be put into place. So all these reforms, of course, this last one is in the process. It's a massive exercise. We have started it in police department and we'll go to other departments now. But the point being that once we do all of this together, we are of the opinion that the recruitment systems will become more streamlined. It'll happen on time, and therefore we will see lesser problems in the recruitment, and overall the time frame also will be reduced. Hence, keeping all of these factors in mind, we have come to the conclusion today that the provisions of the regulations and the 3F provisions that were there in the Meghalaya Public Service Commission's Limitation of Functions Regulation 1972, that the regulation number 3F be deleted and the provision be completely stopped. So hence from today, there will not be any provisions of 3F. In case a situation does arise where, for whatever reason, the recruitment could not take place, the departments have the option to have a person on contractual basis. The difference between contractual and a person between 3F or ad hoc is that an ad hoc position and a person who's working in 3F would get scale, and they would get a specific thing, and there would be a certain process that they follow. Regularization of services of 38 ad hoc employees appointed on or before 31st December 2007, in respect of whom the original sanction orders are not presently traceable, but whose appointment against sanctioned posts have been verified through competent official records. Now, let me explain this in detail. As you're aware that based on a Supreme Court ruling, and based on that Supreme Court ruling, cutoff date of 31st of December 2007, way back in 2022 or 23, we had taken a decision that ad hoc employees who had been appointed on sanctioned post but without following the necessary procedures will be regularized by the government. That time the Supreme Court had given us two options. The option number one was that you remove all these ad hoc employees and you go for a fresh recruitment, or you go for a one-time settlement where before 31st of December, those who were appointed ad hoc, you regularize all of them. Obviously, since Supreme Court gave us that option, we took that option and we regularized. So we could have removed all of them and gone for fresh recruitment, but we realized that these employees have been working for a long time and it would not be fair for us to simply remove them. And therefore, since Supreme Court gave us that option, we took it and we regularized 3,000 employees or 2,000 plus employees at that point in time. Later on, a large number of employees whose data was not available with the department when this particular decision was taken, again approached the departments, and those employees further gave proof to show that they also were appointed on ad hoc basis against sanctioned post before 31st December. And based on that, another 1,000 employees were regularized in the second batch. Again, after many months, a third batch came where another 1,000 employees who were also again ad hoc employees, that means appointed without procedure against sanctioned post, came to us again And I mean, they didn't come, but departments sent the list. And based on that, another 1,000 were regularized. So 4,000 ad hoc employees who were recruited by departments without following proper procedure of recruitment, of interview or examination, but were appointed against sanctioned post, getting scale by the government, were regularized. So that was the story or the phase number 3. Today is phase number 4 of that same procedure. These 38 employees who are there have been receiving their scale as per the sanctioned post that were there. The problem was that there was no letter of sanction from the particular HOD. So therefore, though they were getting the scale, though they were getting the salary as per the sanctioned post and as per the scale that they're supposed to get, the letter sanctioning that particular post was not available with the department. And hence the cabinet had to take a decision whether we will regularize them, because there was no proof to show that the post was actually sanctioned. Therefore, we went into details and we asked the Treasury, we asked the Finance Department that whether these salaries are being paid by the Finance Department in the last many years through the Treasury, and whether it is meant for that particular post and whether it's being done on a regular basis. So based on the data and information received from the Finance Department, we came to the conclusion that though the sanction letter is not available for the sanction of the post, the fact that they are getting salary against a sanctioned post through the Treasury for the last many years since they joined is proof to show that this post was sanctioned. Otherwise, they would have never got the salary through the Treasury into their account. Based on that data and that evidence that we received, we again took the directors and HODs on board, and we asked them to give an undertaking that yes, these people have been working for these many days. The money from the Treasury has been going into their accounts, which proves that this was a sanctioned post. Though the letter is missing, but we certify that this person has been working on an ad hoc basis against a sanctioned post. So after this evidence was received from the departments, and after Personnel Department has discussed this whole in detail with the Finance Department, the cabinet today was satisfied with that evidence, and we finally accepted the evidence, and we have agreed to further now to regularize these 38 ad hoc employees appointed on or before 31st of December, in respect of whom the original sanction orders are not presently traceable.
Mornings are always busy. Everything feels fast. I hear mom shouting and I'm trying not to be late. Outside, Shillong is already awake. Cars move slowly, horns are loud. It feels like everyone is in a hurry. Then the STEMS bus comes in, bright and yellow, always on time. The caretaker waves and I feel okay. Inside, we laugh and sing. We share snacks. We help each other with homework. It feels nice. My parents know I'm safe through the STEMS app on mom's phone. Because this bus isn't just a ride. It takes us to school with friends and a little bit of hope. This is STEMS, our ride, our future.